I quit my 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. job to move abroad. Let's just say it was one of my better decisions where I just kind of trusted my intuition. My friend always told me a quote by Jay Shetty saying, "Think back on your biggest decisions that you make in life, and you'll realize how much little influence it has from other people." Decisions that we make for ourselves that we just know we have to do, that are the ones that really pivot our lives, that are really life-changing for us. And I really felt that coming here, because some people were scared for me. Some people were like, how could you move abroad and just like leave home, family, friends, everything that's familiar to you, and go to this new country where you don't know a single soul? To me, it felt natural. It just felt like I have to do this. And the road getting abroad was challenging, of course. Like, I originally thought I was going to get my master's in Germany, and then I applied to teach English in Spain, and then I got rejected that first year because I applied too late. And then I did it again, and then finally it came. The months leading up to my time in Spain, I felt so excited, so ready for my world to expand again. And I think I really got a sense of this when I studied abroad in Australia. As soon as I got there in Brisbane, I was like, my world just expanded. And then I came home when the pandemic started, and it just felt like my world shrunk. Like, it felt like I was just like back to my old routines, and I just felt very limited once again. So it's like, since I was sent home from Australia, I was just like biding my time until I could find the opportunity to go abroad again. And that's what I did. It's so crazy because, like I said, coming here, taking that leap to come here, I felt so anxious, so worried, at times, but mainly I was like, yes, this is for me. I'm just ready to be there. I just couldn't wait to leave my corporate job. When I started my corporate job, I had asked them if there were opportunities to move abroad because it is an international company. And they were like, yes, we'll have you going by this time. And I was like, great. And I talked to some people in Spain, of course, and they were like, no, like, you need to be with the company at least 5 years, at least. And then maybe they will sponsor me to go. I just knew no. So I stuck to my original plan of teaching abroad to get here, to move here. And that's what I did. And I actually left that same month. They promised me I would go to Spain, but instead I went on my own terms to Spain. And yes, it's scary. Yes, it's so scary to leave the traditional path, especially right after college, when you're not sure what to do with your life, what you're doing, and you're kind of just told to get a steady job right away, save a lot of money, hopefully put it down on a house if you're lucky. Like, there's this roadmap, I think, in America that a lot of us follow. I just knew I just needed to get here in Spain. It didn't matter how, I just needed to get here. The first days to a couple months, I would even say, I was doubting my decision. I was like, what am I doing? I just uprooted my whole life. Like, I literally sold my car back home, got rid of so much stuff. I moved out of the house, and my family moved out of that house too. So it's like I had nothing to really go back to. I mean, I always have a home wherever my family is, of course, but it just felt like I was really just wiping my home space clear out in the US. And then I came here, and it was like, what am I doing? I should be, riding up the corporate ladder. I should be doing things that are going to advance me in my career. I should be money focused. I should be career focused. And instead I did something completely different, like teaching English in Spain. Basically, like, you don't come to teach English in Spain to make money. It's the opposite. It's for the experience. It's for the culture. It's for the meeting the new people, and the money part is not the main focus. And I feel like in America, we're so conditioned to just be like so focused on the money. How can we get more and more? How can we get leverage? How can we up level in our career? And doing this, like, that all started to hit me once I got here. I was like, what am I doing here? Why did I choose this? And I really doubted my intuition and my longing to be here. I was like, did I stir myself the wrong way? And I remember having these conversations with my family and just being like, this is great, but I don't know if this was the right thing to do. And then luckily I have a great support system, and they would always, reassure me like, no, this is what you wanted. This is the time to do it, before you have kids, before you, have a mortgage, before you have anything that ties you down. This is the perfect time to explore the world. And those little pep talks did help me. But of course, that voice was always in the back of my head, like, what am I doing? And I'm going to be honest, I've been here 9 months now in Spain, and I still am not sure what I'm doing. But the experience I had, the people I met, the memories I've made, the travels I've done have been all worth it. And from looking back at that point where I was doubting to sitting here now, living in a new city in Spain, and just reflecting on the last 8 months that I was in Sevilla, it's crazy. It's like when you follow your intuition, it's always right. Like, I just experienced so much greatness and growth and understanding within myself during that time, and self-exploration, exploration of others, exploration of a new culture, a new city. It's like been one of the most eye-opening experiences I've had. And yes, I did study abroad in Australia, but this time I've been so much more culturally immersed. Being in a country that doesn't speak my native language, you learn so much about yourself and about others, and how, we may be on different parts of the world, but we are not that different, obviously. We all want the same things. We all want to be happy. We all want to feel like we have a purpose. We all want to feel like we're, putting our mark on the world in some sense. And so being in this environment, not only have I met so many expats and travelers doing the same as me, with open eyes with the world, open viewpoints, different ideas, different mindsets about what they want for their life, but also just like the people here and living a new culture and seeing how they may do things differently than the US, but that doesn't mean it's better or worse. It just is. And there's like no right or wrong way to live this life we're living. And we're all just kind of like doing the best we can, right? I guess what I'm saying is, like, if you're contemplating taking like a big step like I took, because I would say the path I took is not very traditional, and I don't even know like what's ahead of me. I'm just along for the ride right now. Like, I'm still in Spain. I'm going to be here another year at least, possibly going to get my master's here, and I have no idea when I'm going to return back to the US. Luckily, my family can visit me and we do WhatsApp calls, but when you follow your intuition, your world just like expands so greatly. I think about what my life could have been if I stayed, and I would just be doing the same thing, working the same job. I actually heard when I left, they added more hours to work there, to start working weekends too. And it's a lot of overtime. That's the job, but it's just the whole corporate ladder thing, right? And I'm not putting it to shame, because who knows, I may end up back there somehow in my life, maybe with a different company. But in this time in my life, when I am the age that I am, with the energy that I have, the desire to see the world, it just felt like this is my time to do this. It's not always easy quitting the job. I feel like there's so many videos of people being like, I quit my 9 to 5 and now I'm doing this. And it's beautiful to see that, like, we don't have to follow this traditional path to be happy, to be successful, to feel fulfilled, because all those meanings to individuals are very personal, and there's not one right way and there's not one wrong way. And again, we're all just figuring it out. This is just my 2 cents on my journey leaving corporate America and moving to Spain. It has just been so amazing. I still feel so blessed every time I get to walk outside or I wake up here. Yes, of course, I feel homesick sometimes and I miss my family, but it's just so expansive to just see so many parts of the world, to really immerse yourself in a culture that is different than your own and make friends with the people around you. It's such a beautiful and rewarding experience. Maybe you're not planning to move to a different country, but maybe you've been thinking about quitting your 9 to 5 and pursuing something of the arts or something that you're passionate about. And again, I just want to end this the way I started this. Like Jay Shetty said, think back on your biggest decisions in life, like you'll realize how little influence other people had on it. Like the biggest decisions that we make for ourselves are the real pivoting factors in our life. Those are the moments where we discover parts of ourselves that maybe we wouldn't have before.